Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for my concluding thoughts about Alien Fate of the Nostromo. I hope you found the previous videos about this game of interest and or use, and I'd really just like to wrap up now that I've had, I think since I got this, I must have played this game about 15 or 16 times, and overall I think it is quite an impressive achievement. It is fun, it is fairly furious, and yes, you work out optimal strategies after a few plays, but there is always this tension. Um, I love the mechanism of the encounter tokens, where every time you wander into a room where they've been restocked, you never quite know whether you're going to find the alien there or not, and you can really feel that tension, and I love it. It's so much more real if you are a fan of the Aliens franchise, and because you have an emotional investment. You know the characters, you know what happens to them in the film, and if you have, say, Ripley having a near miss involving Ash, if he's being a pain in the bum trying to take your stuff, or if you end up with the concluding secret mission where you have to defeat Ash and then try to incinerate the alien, you really get into it. And there can even be the odd pathos moment, like if Captain Dallas dies, um, trying to bring, excuse me, trying to bring an incinerator into contact with the alien. That too, you think, oh god, that's what happened to him in the film, poor guy. The event cards, the alien movement cards, the cards that trigger Ash, they're all incredibly thematic and it works. The whole thing just works. I would say that for a game that's quite simple in its rules and construction, this game is a wonderful homage to Alien the movie and the franchise in general. And although it's a very simple game, it's a very entry level game, I think even players who love Another Glorious Day in the core, AVP, the Prodos effort of a few years back, they will love this game. I think it feels so much different. I mean, in those other games I just mentioned, you're a squad of Marines, and although you're still at a bit of a disadvantage against hordes of xenomorphs, you're packing some serious firepower. Here you are the frightened crew of the Nostromo trying to work out what the hell is going on and how you can possibly combat this thing that has already killed one member of your crew and is, gunning for the rest of you. And you can tell it's a labour of love. It's everything from the effort that has gone into crafting these lovely miniatures. I hope the camera settles on them. The poses, the details, everything, it's there. I still really want to paint these when I get an opportunity. The artwork is unbelievable. I'm still very much taken by the components on that front. And all the nods to what happens in the film. In my previous video, I'd mentioned the details on the map, the blood trail leading out of the galley from where the alien burst out of Kane. There's a mechanism for building a cat carrier so you can capture Jonesy. I love the fact that when you're establishing the turn order, it actually says in the rule book, the player who takes the first turn is the one who most recently had a cat hiss at them. That is fantastic. Love it. So, in terms of the gameplay, I thought it was beautifully done. Yes, I'll return to the issue of no death in the basic game, and its substitution with this collective morale counter. And when it reaches zero, the whole crew just collectively goes, "Oh God, we're all going to die," and that's it. Um, this game lends itself to so much experimentation with the rules. My most recent game, I have trialed various new approaches, like playing it solo as Ripley, but with all the other crew members. And the house rule I put in was that Ripley has plot armor. She is the only crew member subject to having to flee and to losing morale if she encounters the alien. But if any of the other members of the crew who I'm controlling encounter the alien, it's instant death. take them off the board, take their card, their equipment goes off the board as well. And it works really well. So the way it would develop is that you'd be tracking Ripley's morale, but the rest of the crew would be falling like ninepins around her. I mean, that's just my personal take on making the game a bit more bloody and a bit more edgy. But it works, and it's actually a tribute to how decent these rules are, that you can play and chop and change with the system. And if you want a more hardcore Alien experience, so easy to do it. Another one which I trialed this very evening was to just put a cap on the scrap tokens. So over the course of the game, they recycle fairly frequently. I decided to make the scrap tokens an absolute. You know, once you use them to craft something, they're out of the game. They don't go back in the scrap pile. If Ash takes them off you, they're out of the game. And that was great because I had this sense of really limited resources, and my co-player and I, we really had to think about how we were going to use what we were able to get our hands on. We lamented every blocked off route to a trove of coolant cylinders and scrap, but we didn't dare do it because the alien was there. We were also playing with the sudden death rules for NPC non-player characters, if I can call them that. So my friend Ian, who you've met before in the Down in Flames video, was controlling the talented Miss Ripley, and I was being her understudy as Lambert. So of course we had plot armor. We were tracking our progress on the morale track. Everyone else was fair game for the alien, and it was such a close game. We got all the way to the final part of the mission where we had to try and clear the ship of its remaining alien encounter tokens. And we were so close. We almost done it when we got jumped and we suffered a morale hit that took us into crew loss. Everyone else had died by that point. It was just Ripley and Lambert trying to make their way, but it was so much fun. So Ravensburg as a company I already have quite a high regard for. They were responsible for much of the entertainment my daughter enjoyed in her younger years, and I never thought I would get into any of their products, but of course I could not say no to this, and I'm so glad I bought into this game. It's not an expensive game. I paid about, it was somewhere between £24 for my copy. You can find it in a lot of the shops. It's available on Amazon. It's everywhere. It's a recent game. So if you want something simple that you can play with the family, but has a fair degree of expandability so that you can take it to the next level, then this is an excellent game for that. If you're a fan of the Alien universe, and you want one of those rare homages to the first film rather than something that pits the colonial marines against the xenomorphs again, it is a great game to invest in. I don't think you will regret it, and I heartily recommend this game. I have seen on some of the other reviews that the rules are basically similar to another Ravensburger title called Horrified, which is, I think, based on classic horror movies. I've never played it, so I don't know. But perhaps if it's just an entertaining game you're after, then maybe that title would do just as well. But I don't know about the rest of you. I love the Aliens universe, and that's what drew me to this. This game will be played a lot, I predict. And if I'm feeling like following a narrative, I may set aside some holiday time in which I'll play Alien first and follow it up immediately with another title like Gale Force 9's Another Glorious Day in the Core. I think that would work really well. So I hope you have found these videos useful. I will be posting again fairly soon. I think I will run with the Alien theme, but I'll leave that for my next set of videos. You'll see which game I'm pushing at that time. But as I say, do give this game a try. I think you'll really enjoy it. And in the meantime, farewell, happy gaming, and thank you for tuning in.